Good afternoon. Welcome to the Memo. It is Wednesday, October 5th. We are live at the We are live recorded at the Imagine the Possibilities Career Expo at the Bancorp South Arena in Tupelo today.
Yeah, you know, when maybe a kid hears Career Expo, that may not be something that excites them initially, but then when they get here and see all the cool stuff and the interactive things, it seems like their eyes really light up, and they really do enjoy it, don't they?
There are a lot of aha moments. You see kids, that think, hey, I want to do this when I grow up. Then they're actually hands-on, see what's happening, and they change their minds.
How do you see this paying off, I guess?
Well, the kids really, when they get back to the classroom, our technology teacher that works with this particular program, goes ahead, they review back over what they've seen. They continue talking about it throughout the year. It also feeds into the high school as far as their career pathways and what classwork they're wanting to take.
Right.
The kids take it pretty serious. It's pretty neat to see them speaking with all the different representatives here.
Are the goals any different this year than last year? Last year was in its infancy. Now, everybody knows what they're doing a little bit more this time around. What's changed?
I think the primary goal is pretty much the same. We would like to produce the most career-aware and ready students really in the world. And with the gift from Toyota and all the support of the local businesses, we think we're in a unique place to be able to do that. And so what we want are activities in all grades, K through 12, where students are consistently having opportunities to examine different kinds of career options and how that might impact their education.
You spoke of the impact scene. Talk a little bit about any impact you might have seen from last year. I mean, individual schools, individual students.
The biggest impact I see is a couple of years ago when we began talking about this, and I'm an ex-superintendent, so I'll blame myself. I thought my job was to meet the mandates of Mississippi Department of Education, do well on state tests, provide graduates, get as many people the highest score possible on the ACT and all this kind of thing. But to really think, what are we doing to make them aware of career options wasn't really on my radar, and it wasn't on most of our radars.
Sure.
So I think the most important thing we've done is more people understand the need for skilled workers. There was a time when about 20% of all jobs were skilled, and about 60% were unskilled. That's how it was when I was coming up. Today, 60% of all jobs are skilled. They have to have some kind of certification or something to indicate that they have the skills to do something. About 20% of the jobs are unskilled, and the number of college that require college degrees is about the same as it's always been, 25%. So that skilled-unskilled has flipped over the last 3 decades. And I think that's one of the reasons we've lost our middle class. As we become more and more technologically involved, kids have to be involved in that way.
Sure. And how important, especially to have something like this, I know that we've had it in other parts of the state now too, but in Mississippi, where, the unemployment rate isn't always where we'd like it to be, and this gives, I guess, it's an opportunity that hasn't always been here. And kids haven't always had the chance to really understand what's available.
Well, I think this year, at the end of this year, we'll have touched, or Imagine the Possibilities, we'll have touched 37,000 kids in Mississippi, 37 different counties. It couldn't be more important to us as a big manufacturer here in the region. Our own experience has shown that people from this area, where it's closer to home, closer to family, that they really need to understand how many different career paths that they can choose here locally.
Right.
Because we don't want to lose the adults as they enter the workforce.
And how important is it to keep developing this relationship between the local industries and businesses and the school districts?
Well, I don't think it could be any more important based on what we were just talking about the folks that grow up here regionally. We're not after just developing Toyota's workforce.
Right.
Obviously, that's a key point for us, but the region has to be healthy in order for us to be healthy.
Right.
So it couldn't be more important for all of these different companies, and for more. We're looking for more to expand this event year by year. It couldn't be more important for us to have a healthy workforce in all these different career paths, so that the region can blossom.
Right. I mean, a lot of it was high school graduates or kids who maybe don't even finish high school. Maybe it's because they don't realize what's out there, and they just don't necessarily have the hope that they could have.
Absolutely. And what's very critical is that this event, wherever it is, promotes the idea of relevance to the students.
Right.
So we've always had the 3 R's of education: reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Yep.
But relevance is the 4th R. And really, in the world we're living in now, I would say it's very important, just as important as the other 3.
It seems like there's been so much buy-in from the school districts, from the industry, and the companies around here, and just everybody involved.
Right, and that's really one a beauty of this event is how communal it is.
Right.
Really, in the true spirit of community, that we're crossing the sectors, the private sectors here, the public sector, the nonprofit sector, that we've got educators working with employers, and that we're also promoting that relationship for the other 364 days of the year, so that the educators now have a network to reach out to with employers to be involved in their classrooms, or possibly for the class to go out to the place of employment. And that kind of bridge building is so important right now.
Part of the challenge is to just connect with the students and get their attention, whether it's playing a little game or whatever. But then you can have a short but serious conversation about, well, what do you do? How, what's your job like?
Right.
That kind of thing. And